how many things in your life that are very active now, how many things you would love to forget and you cannot? Too many, again, right? Am I right? If it's right, you can show the sign. Yeah, so too many. Yeah, so how many people you would like to forget and you cannot? Too many, right? Yes. So how many situations you would love to forget and you cannot? Too many, right? Yes, am I right? Yeah. What's the percentage, what's the proportion now in your lives, things you want to forget to things you want to remember? Yeah, 70-30, 70 to forget, right? This is what I think. For majority of people living on this weird planet, the majority of people take care so much about forgetting process that they forget about remembering things they want to remember. And it's crazy because we are so focused on forgetting bad stuff that we do not even have time to remember good stuff. And sometimes when there are moments we want to remember, that we want to cherish, that we want to take care of, we want to keep in our space, sometimes those moments are so precious and so rare, so not very frequent, that we create out of remembering process something that is just not normal, something that is, miraculous, something that is so special that we just cannot do it. We just have a point of view that it's difficult, that it's something really special, that it's something that is so significant, that it's something that is so not normal, not natural, that it requires a lot of effort, that it requires some special moment. And it's so much easier to choose to forget. That never happens. Can you please, for these 4 hours, forget about forgetting? Which is kind of crazy, right? Maybe it will be bad news, but I will say it. It's not possible to forget things if you want to forget them. It will never happen. The good news is that you can always, no exceptions, ask yourselves the question, what do I want to remember? Do you have any questions so far?
I have a question, but it's more about recalling information. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's all the same subject. Yeah.
Okay. I'll say it in German first, maybe, and then
okay.
English. Okay. Ich habe eine Frage, und zwar ich werde es also. Okay. So I had this situation yesterday. I was giving a class in Russian, and in the morning it was all good. The words were coming, blah blah blah. In the afternoon, I had trouble recalling the words. I was in a different emotional state, and I got really frustrated that I'm not able to maintain this emotional state where I can recall.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yes, of course. Please.
That moment that you apparently forgot, like that moment of blank space. What was your body desiring?
Rest.
Yes.
Erholung.
Yeah. Your body was into resting, nothing else. And it's as simple as that. And we try to go into the cognitive process to find out what is going wrong with our brains, what is going on with our cognitive capacities. No, this is something that you and your body, running the class at that very moment, was not of your interest. It was not interesting. It stopped being interesting at that very moment. I must say that anytime you forget, it's not about forgetting, right? Really, when you really forget, not trying to forget or trying to push yourself to forget things, that never happens. I'm really talking about moments where there's blank. All the things are working out for you, all of them. really. Your body is the factory of consciousness. Your being is emitting signals and the stream of information to you 24/7, never stops. And sometimes to create this receiving space, sometimes it's like, wake up, I've got some information. It's not a verbal piece of information. I want to tell you something. I have some great news to tell you. I have something you've been asking for 10 last lifetimes. Can you listen, please? No, I have to run the class now. I have to remember all these words in the foreign language. I have to do this now. I'm just joking now, Corina. But follow the easy path. If there is something that is gone suddenly, it's not a coincidence. It's a signal. It's some sort of energy that is showing up, that sometimes is switching off those cognitive processes that lead you down the difficult path. So what if all the moments where you were not remembering, what if you change your perspective now and turn all those situations into, wow, I was being contacted by some higher intelligence that was inviting me to the easy path in my life. How about that?
This would be awesome.
Oh,
And
I
yet-
know.
Yes, das wäre ja toll. And yet, I mean, I had to give a class, but maybe this was
Yeah.
my conclusion.
If you were not resisting to the calling, even 2 or 3 minutes of answering to your own being, answering to your own energy, would give you 2 things: cognitive clarity and more energy for your body. The tiredness would be gone, and the clarity would allow you to find your words.
Thank you.
Whenever you are kind of pushed to be active mentally, active cognitively, running classes, running workshops, working with clients, working in general. So look how crazy this is, that number one thing is always for us how other people feel. There's always number 2, let's say majority of cases, how we feel. What are we inviting other people to? To straining themselves, to creating tiredness, to creating this stress for our bodies. If we do it to ourselves, this is the signal that we emit, and people start seeing us through this filter. People start seeing us as the ones who are always tired. People start seeing us as the ones who are getting tired easily. And people start avoiding us because they want to be full of energy. Please start taking care of your comfort, your body's comfort. And then the level of memory, let's say, the quality of your memory, this thing we call memory, I will go back to it later on. This will surprise you. What I'm saying is, put yourselves on number 1 position when you work with people. It's like on the plane. In case of any accidents, it's you who puts the mask first. And I'm not talking about those emergency situations, but sometimes those who run classes and run sessions, sometimes we actually push ourselves to almost emergency situations when our bodies are so tired that we do not know what to do, and basically the quality of the service that we're giving is really low. So why shouldn't we take care of how we feel first, and then see how all the participants of the workshops, how all the people who are the receivers of our services, how all of them are tapping into this source. how all those people learn how to put themselves on position number one. Isn't this the thing you would like to tell people? I think this is something that you would like to teach people. This is something that you do teach people. But sometimes you do forget about remembering that this is you who teaches people, right? Okay, any questions to that so far?
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
So it's so great. Ich habe eine Frage. I do have a question, because I mean, I get that at that moment it would have been even fine to end the class, and everybody was really like, oh, yeah, already like this. But I had been away for 2 hours because I had to do some stuff. I didn't do any breaks the days before, so I had this. Oh, I have to continue now. Ganz kurz, quickly in German. Okay, I just.
This is what we're doing, and this is what I would like to show you. There are really 2 minds we have available, really. The mind that Karina switched to when she started counting hours, so that the class is the fair class, the deal is fair, so it's all done well. This is the mind that is the mind that operates on what is being observed by us now, here and now. And when we start operating on this platform, it's not very comfortable for the body. It is, this discomfort is not noticeable in those first phases, but after some time, when we only calculate observing what is here and now, seeing people, seeing their money, seeing their schedules, seeing their evening, and seeing their hours and times, and wanting to be fair. This is calculation that we do not like very much. But in a way, how come that this calculation is happening? This is also the vibration. This is something that when we tune into, we just there. We again watch the news. And usually, because our being is an advocate of some other kind of reasoning, some other kind of mental capability, then the easiest way for the being to stop this crazy action is creating this blank space. It's like, oh, I don't know, forgot my words, don't know what I'm saying, where am I, what's going on? If you realize that you start calculating, which is more or less the energy of memorizing, it's very close. It's not the same vibration, but it's very, very, very close. If you switch into this vibration, I can guarantee you will not feel very good after a couple of minutes. And you know this feeling. You know this, like it's tension in your head. It's this like contraction in the body. It's not so clear at the beginning, because when we start thinking, when we start calculating, we have a point of view that this will lead us to the result we desire. But it doesn't. It never does. It always leads us to this mental strain, to this mental tiredness. And then what we do, we start to calculate even more to find the solution, to find the way out, which creates even more of the tension. And then we start calling people and we invite them to the space of this mental crap. And then there are 2 of us, then there are 3 of us, then we start to Google something up to find some solution how to do this. And then we start calling again about this thing that we try to find the way out of. You know, this is a long journey. And then finally, eventually, we get blank. A blessing, that is. What a blessing. Imagine that whenever you get blank, you say this: oh, what a blessing. Oh, thank you so much. It's such a relief. Thank God. Thank God it's happening. And believe me, if you go this direction, all the information you require will come back. Only then. It's not possible to reach for the information you require when you get contracted. You are just small. Your space is contracted. And when you, how come? Truly, to clarify this, your space is never contracted. Your point of view about yourselves is contracting your perception. You are space. You are never less than space. Your being never disappears, right? It's crazy to say that your space is getting smaller. You are space. You cannot get smaller, right? Your body is this. Your body cannot disappear just like that. And your body is energy. Your being is also energy. So what changes is your focus. And when you operate from this focus, from the focus of contraction, my mind, I have to remember, I have to remember, I have to remember. My body, oh my God, it's so stressed. It's such a tension. It's this is your focus. That means that your focus is here and not there in the universe where the information is. So when Corina mentioned recall, this is exactly this. Recalling is reaching for information that it's somewhere in the cosmos, right? Somewhere there in the space, outer space. Maybe some bits and pieces are just 1 meter from you, but maybe some bits and pieces are 1,000 million miles from you, and you are there too, but you're just focusing on your head. So it means that your being has access to that information all the time. And when your being sees that you are starting focusing on your head, your being tells you, hello, knock, is somebody there? Stop focusing on your head, the information is out there. And then because you just stop focusing on your head and go that direction, you set out on a new journey. There's the moment of being blank. This is a fabulous strategy when you say, I don't remember, I can't remember. It's like, because usually people go into panic. People go to this, oh, how can I go back to what I remember? It creates contraction. It creates the focus only on the body. The information is not there. The information is somewhere there in the universe, where your being is, where your being is calling you from. Any questions to that? Okay.
Was ist, wenn du still sitzen musst, zum Beispiel in einem Seminar oder so, wo du nicht einfach aufstehen kannst, oder?
So what about a situation like in a seminar where you have to sit still, where you cannot just go and leave?
Okay, there are no seminars like that. I've never heard of seminars where you have to sit still. The only seminars where you have to sit still are the seminars you have decided you have to sit still. Thank you very much, because this is a very common thought, that when you go to a seminar, you have to sit still. When you go to school, you have to sit still. This is what was imposed on us as schools. When you learn, when you're in that training environment, when you in that schooling environment, exam environment, you have to sit still. This is just a point of view, and this point of view created kind of specific informational network. It's like this is a specific setting, examination setting. That's why I'm inviting you to reset seminar. Examination setting is usually I'm sitting still, I'm focused on my mind, because all is there, all is there, all is there, all is there. Nothing is there, nothing is there, nothing is there. So, and it's like a paradox, because they told you it's here, but it's not here. And you think, I must be fucking stupid. I must be an idiot. I'm blonde. It's so, and this creates huge amounts of judgment. And it's, and, you know, and it is our choice whether we choose these judgments or ask ourselves the question, do I have access to information or do I not? And usually if you ask this one, you will expand right away. Because you always have access to information, because your being never disappears. Every next time when you find yourself in this blank space, relax into it. Relax into the space you are, and just say to yourself, oh, thank you very much for this moment of relief. Thank you very much. I do really appreciate this moment, this blessing. I do appreciate the moment of relaxation for my body. Thank you, my being. Thank you, the energy. Thank you, source that is always with me. Thank you for letting me know that I am the being of ease. That easy space is my reality. Thank you for this piece of information. Apparently, I forgot.